Welcome to the Success Factors demo. We just wanted to give you an overview of the history of Success Factors, why SAP has acquired Success Factors, what is the cloud and SaaS based models, applications, what is a business suite with respect to Success Factors, the technical architecture of Success Factors, and also the system architecture of Success Factors, deployment options, integration solutions, and the role of a success factors consultant, and also your career prospects, how fast success factors industry is growing, and any Q&A you might have. Success Factors is the market leader in the cloud HCM solutions. As you can see here, they're way ahead of the pack compared to Oracle, Oracle EBS, Connexa, as well as the HR Smart and other solutions. And when you compare with the Workday, Success Factors goes head to head with Workday solution. They're very comparable between those two solutions. And if you compare SAP plus Success Factors, SAP has the #1 core HR suite, and Success Factors has the #1 talent management suite. And SAP has been in the business for 40 years. They have 15,000 SAP HCM customers, and they have unmatched multi-country ability. And Success Factors has been in the cloud industry, in the SaaS enterprise industry for over 10 plus years. And they have 3,600 customers, and potentially the 15,000 customers SAP has, Success Factors can market its solution to another 15,000 HCM customers. And the largest cloud customer base with over 2 million users, and they are in 35 languages and customers in 177 countries and 60 industries. So together they form a pretty formidable combination, and also a good talent suite combined.
All right. So when did SAP acquire Success Factors, and like how old is Success Factors?
Success Factors, as you can see, it's been 10 years old. SAP bought it in 2011. They recently completed the acquisition, integrated all of their processes, and started to have a combined strategy for product development. So SAP will ask or force its future customers, they will push them to the Success Factors talent management suite. You can see all the existing 15,000 SAP HCM customers will eventually have to use Success Factors or migrate to Success Factors talent management solutions, such as performance goals and also your recruitment solutions.
Even the time and payroll, even they need to migrate, or will they remain on premise?
You can leave them on the premise. Success Factors will be offering a very robust time and payroll solutions. There is no timeline for SAP to stop supporting the core HR module. If you are there, you can still stay on the core HR suite, but any future development, future strategy enhancements will be performed in the cloud-based model. So they have an option, but they can still stay on the existing talent manage their HCM suite. So SaaS model is software as a service, and it is offered on demand, and it is a next generation enterprise software solution. There is no need for hardware for customers, no maintenance required. It's completely subscription based model. It's a multi-tenant platform. All the data would be at the company ID level, and Success Factors will release regular bug fixes, updates, and enhancements, and you can access the solution from anywhere, including mobile as well as any PC internet based device. And it has an excellent consistent performance and scalability. If you have going from 1 employee to 10,000 employees, you should be able to scale pretty quickly and fast. And if you compare the solutions between both the HR as well as the Success Factors solutions, in the HR solution, SAP, go ahead.
I wanted to know on the security aspect, how secure is the data in Success Factors, as it is a SaaS-based platform?
They are fully cloud compliant. They are ISO certified in terms of security. They get all of the security certifications industry requires. and they also monitor their data center 24/7 for intrusion detection. It is as safe as your own data in your own data warehouse, so it is as completely protected. If you can see the comparison between on-premise and the cloud solutions.
And just another one more clarification here. So you said the data will be residing in the data centers. Look, where are those data centers located?
If it is a US data, the data will be in the US based data center. And if it is, if your client is in UK, the data will reside in a UK based data center. So it's very company specific and resides wherever the companies are operating in that particular country.
So it is as per the geography of the client that the data centers will reside, or anywhere it will reside?
Probably on the geographic location, based on the geographic location.
Oh, great. That's great. Okay.
Based on geographic location.
Because many countries will have some country restrictions and statutory regulations. So probably SuccessFactors has already thought about all those things and then done the planning accordingly.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
And in the core HR suite, I mean, we all know the HCM suite, which includes the payroll and benefits and all that solutions. In the SuccessFactors, it's called Employee Central. It creates the basic employee record and also the job information and all the personal information of that employee. In the goals and performance module, it is around the on-premise solution. On the cloud solution, it is called the performance and goals module. Employees can set their goals and get the annual appraisals. And in the compensation module, basically, once the performance evaluation is complete, an employee will receive the compensation for that particular year. Basically, the succession and development module, that is the equivalent within the SuccessFactors solution. In the recruiting, it is the SAP's e-recruiting. In SuccessFactors, it's called the recruiting module. It's completely web-based, as you can imagine. In the LMS, in SAP, it is a learning solution. In the cloud, it is called the LMS, Learning Management Solution. And it also, SAP does not offer any social talent management solutions, but cloud SuccessFactors does offer a solution called JAM, where employees can collaborate. SuccessFactors does offer a workforce planning solution and a very good, robust analytics solution. The SAP analytics solution is mostly business objects based. And SAP has a Sybase-based mobile application platform, whereas SuccessFactors has inbuilt BizX-based mobile application suite. This is the business process. It's called the hire to retire process. Basically, it starts from recruiting. You have a job opening, and based on the job opening, you start hiring an employee, and you publish the vacancy. You do go through the interview process. Once the employee is selected, you enroll the employee for the benefits. This is basically offered through the solution partners, and then you can start. Employee will start reporting the time as well as pay the employee using the payroll module. And you can also set up the goals, performance appraisals in the personal development phase. And you can change the employee status, any divorce, marriages, any children, separation, anything, employee record can be changed. And it is basically a self-service solution. Same thing like ESS and MSS, SuccessFactors has employee service as well as the managerial service. And you can also do compensation management based on the performance. Employee will be granted a pay raise, bonus, or any other form of compensation. And you can also give them retirements and separations and the recruitment start process all over again. So if you understand the full HR lifecycle, SuccessFactors solutions are fully integrated. There is no duplication of data. Information flows from one module to another module seamlessly within the SuccessFactors solution.
So you're talking in terms of both SAP and SuccessFactors, or only about SAP?
The business process applies for both SAP as well as SuccessFactors, but you could choose to go with a hybrid solution where some modules are implemented in SuccessFactors and some modules are implemented in SAP, and you can integrate those two modules using integrated integration solutions. So they can they're fully optimized and work together. And in the recruitment, basically you monitor the personal requirements, you list the positions for the marked vacancies, and you fill those positions. Hiring, basically you're collecting the master data during the hiring process, and you're creating the employee record, and also creating the hiring personal action using the info types. You're also doing the training and development, which is the LMS. You're performing the profile matchups, and also enable the employees to get the qualifications they need to perform the job. You can also there's also a planning functionality that allows you to analyze the employee skills, performances, dislikes, and qualifications and find a suitable position within the company. You can also do the time management, hours worked, leave, illness, sickness, etc. And also the payroll, the base pay, sick pay, bonuses, and also federal and the state taxes. SuccessFactors offers this broad range of solutions: core HR, talent solutions, HR analytics, and social collaboration. In the core HR suite, this is called the Employee Central, and as well as the Employee Central Payroll. And in the talent solutions, we have the performance and goals, compensation management, variable pay, learning LMS solutions, succession management, recruiting and onboarding. So you can learn all, or you can learn a few based on the market demand and the ones you want to specialize in. Workforce analytics and planning also offers a very robust solution for planning as well as analytics, and such as the Social Jam, which operates a very collaborative solution.
So effectively, this is the all the modules in the SuccessFactors.
Yes. Okay. So you can see here, I'm now logged into the SuccessFactors solution.
All right.
You can see I have access to goals, performance, compensation, talent suite, employee central, reporting, as well as the admin. I do not see the jam and some other components based on my access. They're missing. But if you have access, once you go to the home, you can see all of the modules listed within the that you have access to.
Now, can you clarify what is that access? Where does it come from?
The access will be given by your administrator. It will be in the admin tools. There are two. This is called what you're looking at is called the instance. Okay. And there is also a backend solution, which is called the provisioning solution. Oh, okay. So the provisioning solution is almost like a configuration suite, where first thing is you create the admin ID within the provisioning solution, and the admin ID has access to the admin section of the instance in the admin tools, and then he can use that access to start creating the regular users who will have access to goals, performance, compensation, and employee central modules within the system. So this is called the instance, and there is also another system called provisioning, where only the consultants will have access to the provisioning solution, and the super user is the first person to be created in the provisioning system, and then that super user can create other admins, and also the admins can create in turn the employees in the administrator tool. We'll look at all those things in a second. Okay. This is the home page, and these are all called the portlets or tiles, where you can arrange them, where you can arrange these things using the add and remove tiles feature. Okay. I can, for example, remove my goals, remove my information suite tab. I can also create and customize some brand new tabs and move these things around if I don't want to. Okay. And employees, depending on their access, they can customize, or they may not be given access to customize the home page. Okay. It's basically like any other portal. You can choose what you can see or what you cannot see. Basically in your home, you can say, hey, I want to do my to-do list. I want to see my goals when I log in. I want to see my work list, what all the things I need to approve in my performance management. I want to see all my compensation objects. Yeah. So you can customize anything over here. Yeah. You can put links, any external links, any analytics, any dashboard links that you may want here. Yeah. And you can also attach any public profile. You can manage how your public profile should look like to the company. You can edit your profile, and you can put in your information, your text that public would like to see within the SuccessFactors.
Yeah. Then can this homepage be modified by anybody, like any employee in the organization, or only the administrator will be able to do
depending
that?
On the security? Depending on the security, you should be able to modify. Administrator will give you access to modify your public profile.
And then can you move around the tiles if you don't like any particular place? I can move around.
Yeah,
Play
so
around
you
with
can,
that.
yeah, you can move the tiles around, you can change the location, you can change the dimensions of these locations. You can,
Okay.
you can make it broad,
Okay.
you can make it short, you can make it, there's a lot of flexibility.
And
Uh,
also I can change the company logo in case my company logo changes, right?
yes, you can change a, you can, yeah, you can definitely put a new logo at the very top.
Okay.
Yep. As you can see here, if I click on the change icon, I can make it medium, I can make it large, or make it extra large.
Mhm.
I can change my tiles around. I can put in a description for my tile source. With that, this is just an introduction to the home.
Mhm.
And also, if you kind of drop down, you can go into options,
Okay.
and you can give your home as a start page, and you can change now goals. You can make as a start page, and you can also change. I can save it now, and I can go to sub tabs. So within the goals management, which sub tabs I want to make it as a default. I can say I want within the goals I want to make my goal plan as the default. Within the performance I want to make reviews as my default. Within the compensation I want to make my executive review as my default. So you can do those defaults as sub tab configuration, and you can save those things. And you can also configure notifications. You want to receive emails, send emails, and you don't want to receive emails and send emails. You can change your language options. You can switch your default language option. You can also create the number range format. We always in the US used to comma, comma, and dot. In the European notation, you always use dot, dot, and comma. You can also do a lot of the color blind or any accessibility settings that you may like, low vision settings, keyboard navigation, and also help for blindness support. You can also allow who can proxy on your behalf, who can log in on your behalf and do certain functions within the system. And also within that, you can also log into admin tools if you have access, and then you can log out. So let's go to the admin tools. So this is where your administrator will be at for the very first time. So you can configure the goals management module. I'll click on that for a second. You can configure the manage templates. You can import goal library. You can transfer goals between the users. Here you can manage the forms, launch the forms, manage the templates, modify the roadmaps, manage the roadmaps, manage competencies. This is all the customization of the performance management template. Same thing here in the compensation management template. You can go to compensation management home. You can create a new compensation plan. You can monitor jobs within the compensation, structured compensation plan. And this is the employee central. You have access. You can create an employee record. You can administer an employee record. You can create pick lists, for example. We can also import, export employee data into the system. You can also do a lot of reporting and analytics using this module. You can manage dashboards. You can manage the dashboard rating scales. You can also do process and forms. You can also employ delta exports. And in the mobile suite, here you can manage mobile users, mobile user permissions. In the company settings, you can upload a new logo, replace the text, create rating scales, manage the job roles, manage your homepage, manage the roadmaps, and all the corporate company organization settings you can make in the company settings. And here you can also update the employee information. You can go to manage users. You can also manage how users will be created. So I go into this, so you can see the first name, last name, the user ID, gender, as well as whether he's a manager or not, whether who is this person's manager, and who is the HR, human resources person assigned, what is your department. You can see the drop downs, they're called the pick list. And you can also create a division and also a title and also hire date and also time zone for this particular user. So you can look at many. You can look at this, for example, Barbara. You can give her a username, an email ID, at say for example this is company.com, and department would be product development, and division would be research. Title is the manager, and you can add a new job role. These are all the pick lists. You can manage them in the Employee Central, and you can save that particular record. So it's a quick way of managing the employees within the admin tool. To make any upgrades, for example, you can click on the upgrade center. So all the important upgrades have been completed in this particular instance. There are certain recommended upgrades. V12 version 12 org chart. I can click on these upgrades. I can choose to upgrade, or I can upgrade now, or I can do upgrade at a later point of time. These are all optional, recommendations. I'll do it later. I'm going to say yes.
Now, does that upgrades happen periodically, or like customer has to do anything, or SuccessFactor takes care of the upgrades and like enhancements and things like that?
The upgrades are released once a quarter.
Okay.
And if it is important, if it has to be applied, SAP will give you notice.
Okay.
You have an option to apply those upgrades instantaneously, or you can wait. You can only wait for so long. After that, they will push those solutions back to you.
Okay.
Do you have anything to add? How long do they actually wait before they actually push the solution to you?
No, I don't think you will have much of a choice. I think you may have to fall in line. I think at least after 2 quarters or something. That's what I remember having read somewhere.
Okay, with that, there is a lot of other features here. You can go into the user management suite. You can set the security permissions for the user. You can set who has the permissions to do the dashboards. You can create who has a permission to do the compensation management, who has a permission for the JAM access. You can set mobile user permissions, form creation permissions. So basically a lot of security you can manage in the set user permissions module. You can create, manage users, import an employee, export an employee, manage employee groups for security reasons. You can do role-based security, and you can also restore certain forms that are used for the employees. You can reset the passwords. You can also manage the proxy within this is basically the admin access within the instance of the success factors. And there is also a setup wizard. You can go through the setup wizard and set up the system for the very first time. Which ones you want to set? I want to set up goal plans. I want to set performance. I want to set up all these different modules. I'll get started. And this is just walking me through step by step. I'm just creating use my existing goal plan for my sales team. So it creates a goal plan starting from 2013 to end of 2013. It's creating a goal plan. And now he's saying, do you want to set up the feature goal plan? No, not yet. Just want to stay with this one here. I can see my goal plan. I can go into next performance management. Now it's going to start creating the forms for the performance management. I can use my existing performance management plan. I'm going to go ahead. So basically I'm going to make a copy of it. I'm going to say V12 next. So I'm creating a brand new performance management plan. It's asking me how am I going to review it. I'm going to do it using one-on-one meetings, employee acknowledgement. I can also do self-assessment, manager assessment. I can have two choices. I'm using the further one, first one. Now I'm going to be setting up the rating scale. I can choose a 1 to 3 rating scale or 1 to 5 rating scale. I'm using 1 to 5 rating scale. And I'm going to be using the company values, 4 company values such as acting with integrity, serving customers. I can also change the company core values for the performance. Yes, I want to use my job roles. You can proceed next. You can also use your existing goals to be tied back to the performance management this way. And you can also create a basic development plan, or you can choose not to create a development plan. I can review my performance forms. I can go next. This is like a really nice, easy way to get started with all the different forms that you have to create. Goal forms, compensation forms, 360 degree, forms, as well as your compensation management forms. So you have um, a, a completely new set of tools, templates to use end to end from start all the way to adding your compensation as well as the adding employees. So it's a wizard based way, step-by-step approach to complete the configuration for the system. So now I'm creating the compensation forms. I'm creating compensation form, V12. So I created goal forms, I created performance management forms. Now I'm creating compensation management forms. I'm going to using the workflow as HR is going to review it, and then it's going to be completed for the compensation plan. So I'm going to be doing it for both. I'm going to be using the merit increases, lump sum bonuses, as well as the promotion in my compensation planning. I'm going to be only using this for the salaried employees. I'm going to be selecting the performance review, which is basically my 2015 annual performance review. I can add it to my reviews, and I can proceed to the next step. How much I want to actually set up the budget for the tip increases. So I can set up as a 5% for merit increases. Also for lump sum bonus, I can set up as 5%. So I can set my budget limits here in the compensation configuration. I can also set up my guidelines. So if the rating scale is less than 1, what should be my guidelines? If the rating scale is 4 to 5, what should be my guidelines? If between 4 and 5, he's going to get a minimum of 3%. By default, he's going to get 6%, maximum of 10%. So the manager cannot go more than 10% or less than 3%. The rating scale is between 4 and 5. So this is the guidance to the manager when they're actually setting up the compensation. We're awarding the compensation within the system. Okay, so guideline based on performance ratings. Yes, done. I'm going to be now adding employees at this point of time. So because I already have employees, I'm just gonna exit and finish this later because I already have employees. But if you do need to add employees, you can start importing the employees. So it's a pretty nice setup wizard. Just goes through end to end, where you have to create all the different forms for your to get you started instantaneously. So that's the power of SuccessFactors. So you can get an ID just like that in maybe less than 5 minutes. You can start setting up your entire company structure in less than 15 to 30 minutes. So you're up and running and operational in about less than an hour. Basically start using the system. You created your employees, you imported employees, everybody gets an email with a link and a password to get into the system, and you are productive, up and running. And there's a search tool at the very fast here. I can search, manage templates. I can search, manage competencies, manage roadmaps. You can search at the top, or you can actually go directly using these particular tools to kind of navigate through. If you're not sure, then you can go here and do the search, and you can collapse this particular tool. You can make it pretty wide. You can see the entire screen. And let me go back to the let me go back to the individual modules. I'm now logging into goals management module. In here you can see that this is my 2015 goal plan. I have this is the goal number 1, ensure 50% of revenue comes from products within the last 3 years. And I have my number 2 goal is cross-train administrative staff. My number 3 goal is company should be ISO certified. So you can create your goals based on the goal category. Once the goals are complete, you can take an action. You can edit your goals. You can create a weight for this goal. You can set a start date, end date, and you can set security, either public or private. You can set which category this goal will belong to, and you can mark them as complete, you can put the percentage complete, and you can change the status to a completed status. So you can your manager can review the goals once you have created the goals. You can the goal plan is typically assigned to you by your administrator. After that, you can start creating your goals and tracking your goals, throughout the year on a very self-service based model, just by clicking on a URL. Once the goals have been complete, you've been agreed on with your manager, and you have tracked your goals and marked the goals as complete. Because the goals are tied to the performance management, your manager will go into a performance management template that was assigned to this particular review, this particular performance, and based on your goals, completion of your goals, or how well you have performed, manager will give you different ratings. For goals, it's going to be 33%. For core values, it's going to be 33%. For the job specific competencies, you get 33% ratings. So your goals carry a weightage of 33%. So your manager here will rate you, give you a rating, and once you agree to these ratings, then you both acknowledge it, and then this will become as a basis for your compensation going forward. So once I go into the compensation module, this is as a manager, you're looking at the compensation plan. Within the compensation plan, basically you can see the total budget allocated. You can see how it was overall allocated. You can see whether you're meeting the guidelines or not, whether it's annual or salaried. You can go ahead and make changes to the system, and you can award lump sum, or you can award bonuses and merits based on the performance of that particular person. You can see the total final salary after the compensation has been adjusted, and you can print out the compensation worksheet, give it to the employee, and then create a record within the payroll system or the EC, so the employee will get paid for the compensation module. You can also go into the talent management suite, and also let's look at some reports and dashboards. Here you can look at basically different list reports. I'm just going to show you. So basically form lists, you can create a display options here. Basically employee name, last name, first name, form title. You can generate multiple forms in this form list. You can also do a lot of filters at the very top. So you have basically dashboards, and you also have analytics. It depends on the data. So you can look at so I'm in the dashboard section. Now I'm going to be looking at goals. How am I tracking my goals? I'm creating a dashboard for that, and I can set filters within the goals, and I can see that my objective status, say my customer, that's my category of goals, customers, financial, internal business process. You can see if I'm on track, not started, completed, behind. So as an executive, you can track the progress of your group. If you're manager, you can track the progress of your group in a really nice real-time way of creating these dashboards. With that, let's go to the very top here. So we talked about the goals, we talked about the performance, compensation, basically all the company related information, pick lists, employees, logos. You can search, find text and replace those things. You can generate reports, and you can administer your employees. I hope it was a good overview of the overall employee, overall success factors, real-time review. Now we wanted to give you some options on the different integration suites. Basically, this is your core HR data. You can set up bulk integration of data maintained by SAP HCM with SuccessFactors to avoid double entry. You can set up data integration. You can also do process-based integration, event-driven integration between the core HR as well as the SuccessFactors. When pay for performance or somebody is hired, you can base on the performance integration or PI solution, or you can also base on user experience unified access for both core HR as well as your talent management suite. One thing we wanted to show you today is this one. You can also do a full cloud implementation, just SuccessFactors. You can do full HCM implementation, or you can also do a hybrid model where integrating the cloud SuccessFactors with the on-premise solution, with the using the standard delivered integration that is delivered by SAP. In the system architecture, basically you have sandbox, you have QA and production, you have 3 different instances. And the technical architecture, basically you have the overall SuccessFactors platform, where underneath that you have infrastructure and storage, SANs, where all the databases are stored, which is your servers and everything. This is a multi-tenant enabled database. You really do not have access to the database or tables. You have an XML abstraction layer, so everything goes into the database using XML. That's the only way you can communicate to the XML database. And then you have objects and services that you use. You pass on these XML documents to be stored within the system in the multi-tenant database. At the very top, you have performance, compensation, succession, learning, recruiting, and goals. And then you have Employee Central, which goes across the board, supplies data to all these different modules. And you can use a web browser or system integration services, get connected to all these different modules. You can see here all these are stored in the SuccessFactors data centers. And they also have a systems management suite as well as a security management suite which connects to the top. And if you, this is the SuccessFactors cloud-based technical architecture solution. And this is the deployment options. And there's a lot of integration options. You can use PI, you can use Dell Boomi, you can use a lot of the solutions where you can take the HCM cloud, so HCM solution which is on-premise as well as the cloud, you can integrate using data replication between those two different modules. You can also using AtomSphere, you can also use Dell Boomi or any of the HANA based integration suites to integrate hybrid solutions between SAP as well as the SuccessFactors. Basically, in the introduction to mastery, you have to acquire all these skills: technical architecture, integration tools, BizX, UI, admin privileges, proxy management, setting up the logo, password policies, all the things that are required to get a mastery of SuccessFactors. So all the 21 tracks within the workflows analytics. Within the BizX module, you have to acquire skills such as integrating with SAP SuccessFactors, Employee Central, managing mobile users. In the goals and performance, you have to know how to create how to view the goals, how to look at the goal plan layout, how to mass import goals, how to reassign goals, how to create the route maps. So it goes from A1 to 18 as well as A to F. And then you have to acquire skills on compensation management and the skills in the Employee Central management. So with that, this is also a good comparison of SuccessFactors and Workday solutions. As you can see, SuccessFactors again is a market leader compared to Workday. They both are competing products, and the market seems to be really ready for SuccessFactors. One is you'll be learning key cloud-based skills, how to implement a solution on the cloud, and also this is a key HCM solution that's going to be around for many years to come. And it's a great skill for all of you guys to acquire. And if you have any questions, please do contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you out and work with you to acquire your SuccessFactors skills and help you prepare for the certification exams. With that, let me open this up to some.
The real-time access